teachings. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Tupten Torji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, Namo Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother. Sunu Tanzan Katso. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet. Our participating VIPs today are Taipei Rep to Sweden and Norway, Ambassador Tongzhou Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy, Accountant to Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa, the PR Director of the True Buddha School Taiwan Temple, Dharma Brother Fermi Wang, and from Canada, Dr. Olivia and her husband. And from Panama, the president of the ophthalmologist department, and from Philadelphia, the Jefferson's Hospitals head nurse, Dharma Sister Rosa King. Oh, and from Panama, the expert on the tumor and cancer therapy, Dr. Liao. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Let's make an announcement first for next Sunday, March 1st. It's March already? Time truly flies. Sunday at 3 p.m. there would be Padma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony. And we all know about Padma Kumara, so there's no need to introduce him. If you want to, you can become primary supplicants. If not, that's fine too. Very simple. Padma Kumara. Today, we did the fire offering primarily for Ushnisha Vijaya, Buddha Mother. The fire offering today was primarily for Ushnisha Vijaya, Buddha Mother. And her mudra looks a little bit like stupa. which is like a pagoda, like this, the pagoda mudra, stupa mudra. The thumbs and the index fingers forming circles, and then the rest of the fingers upright, just like a stupa. Not stupid, okay? Stupa. The mantra. Is my voice sounding weird? Still okay. For the great Lama in Tibetan, they like to use this kind of voice, a very low register voice. So in the choir, it would be called the bass. So Tibetans like to use that low register, and with the energy and a bass voice, especially in chanting mantra or sutra. So my voice is kind of strange today, so I use this voice. If you go to Tibetan temples and chant mantra or sutra together with them, if you don't have such a voice, then you are not qualified to become Lama. So remember, if you go there, you have to learn how to make that voice, how to sound like that. And the mudra, stupa mudra, and with mantra and her image with 3 faces. The frontal face is the face of Ushnisha Vijaya, and then the black one belongs to Vajrapani, and the yellow face belongs to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Each face with 3 eyes. And her origin, she's from the boundless light from the crown of Sakyamuni Buddha, the emanation from that. About Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother, I would like to talk about a little bit of history in Tibet. When the 9th Panchen was at the Chasung Longpu temple, the 13th Dalai Lama was at the Potala Palace in Lhasa. One was in charge of the front Tibet, and the other one was in charge of the back Tibet. And the Panchen Lama's name was Tashi, the great Lama Tashi. And the 13th Dalai Lama was more ambitious. They were in good terms before, Dalai and Panchen. However, the ninth Panchen Lama was rather close to China, and 13th Dalai Lama was closer to England. And because the 13th Dalai Lama was quite ambitious, and the front Tibet was already pretty prosperous, the taxation there, say 100, this as an analogy, with the 100 properties, I guess they could say if they could get $100 from that, but the back Tibet could only get $10 from it. But the 13th Dalai Lama wanted to get the tax from all the Tibet, the back Tibet as well. So the Dalai Lama wanted to control the whole Tibet. So he wanted the tax from Panchen Lama too. So, of course, the authority or the power of the Panchen Lama was smaller because he only in charge of the back Tibet. So the Dalai Lama set up a station in the back Tibet and getting ready to get taxation for that part of Tibet, the back part of Tibet that used to belong to Panchen Lama. So that's why they were in argument. So Dalai Lama went to Loblinka. It's like the summer palace. It's to enjoy the summer vacation. So the ninth Panchen Lama was ordered to go to Lhasa. And in the Lapulinga area, they had built a small house to get Panchen Lama live there. So what Dalai Lama wanted was to get Panchen Lama to go to Lapulinga and being imprisoned in that small house in that remote place. So, of course, Panchen Lama knew about that. He was about to put in the house arrest. And one was closer to China, the other one was closer to Britain. So, at that time, the ninth Panchen Lama took only very few close followers and to escape pass by the northern territory. And the Dalai Lama sent his troop to capture and murder the 9th Panchen Lama. The 13th Dalai Lama captured and murdered the 9th Panchen Lama, wanted to murder the 9th Panchen Lama. But the 9th Panchen was quite wise. He did not go through the highway that could get to Beijing easily, but instead he made a roundabout way, going through the mountainous area. And that's why the troop that the 13th Dalai Lama sent could not capture Panchen Lama. So Panchen Lama got to Beijing. Safely. When the political situation in Tibet has stabilized, the 9th Panchen Lama wanted to return to Tibet. When he passed by Isu, he transmitted the Buddha Dharma of Kalachakra. And Grandmaster's lineage someone attended this Kalachakra Dharma transmission at Isu in, is it Qinghai province or Gansu province? Master Huijin, check the cell phone. There had been a huge earthquake at Isu. At Qinghai. So he was passing by this Qinghai lake and transmitted Kalachakra Dharma at Isu, a place called Isu. And Master Sakya Zengkong, one of our lineage gurus, received the Dharma transmission of Kalachakra there. And then later he transmitted that Dharma to Grandmaster. So the 9th Panchen Lama, especially transmitted Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother to Master Sakya Zengkong. And Master Sakya Zengkong gave to Grandmaster the sadhana, the practice procedure of Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother. That's why I wanted to talk about the history here, so that you know the lineage of Ushnisha Vijaya of Grandmaster came from Master Sakya Zengkong. And Master Dupten Dorji also bestowed the lineage of Kalachakra from Dupten Nima to Dupten Tali, and from Dupten Tali to Dupten Darji, and from Dupten Darji to Grandmaster, which is Dupten Jimo. So Grandmaster holds the lineage of Kalachakra and also Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother. Therefore, Grandmaster now is qualified and able to talk about Ushnisha Vijaya Dharma. So today, anyone receiving the empowerment of Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother is the same as from the 9th Panjan Lama to Master Sakya Tsongkhong Dojong Rinpoche, and from Master Sakya Tsongkhong to Grandmaster Lu, and Grandmaster Lu to transmit it to everybody here. So that's what it meant. So I have to talk about this history. You know, the 13th Dalai Lama was really... Look at the 14th Dalai Lama. He often said one thing. You know, he said, I did not do well in my past life. That's why in this life he had to abandon his homeland and suffer. So when he said about his past life, that was the 13th Dalai Lama. He chased after the 9th Panjan Lama, the Maha Lama. That's like fighting between brothers. So one Tibet divided into the northern and southern ones. You know, Dalai Lama should not bully Panjan Lama about the reincarnation. Panjan Lama was a reincarnation of Gachubje. That's the big brother, the greatest disciple of Guru Tsongkhapa, Gachubje. And 5 years before Guru Tsongkhapa entered into Nirvana, Kundunchu just took refuge only 5 years before Tsongkhapa died. So he's considered the youngest, the smallest, the most junior disciple. But their reincarnations, how could they bully the big brother? You know, the back Tibet was rather poor, and your front Tibet is already more prosperous. So how could he take advantage and bully his big brother? And what I like to say is that you have discord between Dharma brothers or Vajra brothers. We should all be equal. Don't know what happened there. How could the young junior disciple became the leader of Tibet and Panjan became second? But actually Panjan Lama was the reincarnation of Gachubje, the big disciple, the senior disciple. And Kundunchu was the youngest. How could he disrespect and bully the big brother? According to the language of the dinosaurs. So if you have pears, you should give the nice pears to the big brother and not the smallest. But some people say because the dinosaur give the big pear to his older brother because it's rotten. So it's unfair in this world. And so the 13th Dalai Lama did something improper. The mantra of Ushnisha Vijaya and Ushnisha Vijaya Pagoda are extremely powerful. It can subdue all calamities due to all the four elements, and also either internally or externally can be subdued by Ushnisha Vijaya. In Guam, we have the Vijaya Pagoda, and we heard that once the pagoda was erected, there had not been typhoon to Guam. When I learned Ushnisha Vijaya's mantra, I learned something most important. Om Brum Brum Om. So this is the most important 3-syllable mantra. My guru taught me this mantra too. Om Ahum Brum Ah Brum, or Om Brum. And once it's transmitted to Taiwan, at Master Pufang's place, our last mantra, Om Blin, Om Blin, Om Blin, actually we can also use Om Blin or Om Brum. They are the same. Master Pufang transmitted it as Om Blin, but what I learned was Om Brum. Ushnisha Vijaya's mantra was very good, because if you chant the mantra, it can eliminate the suffering of hells. It can destroy. You will not fall into the 3 lower realms, and you can rise to the Pure Land. So, if you chant the Ushnisha mantra 21 times toward the piece of sand, and then sprinkle them on a deceased, then that person can be reborn in the Pure Land. So she has such power. So she has great Dharma power. She has the power of Vajrapani, the compassion of Avalokitesvara, and also Ushnisha Vijaya herself. So therefore, Manjushri Bodhisattva guided or move Ushnisha Vijaya to the Mount Utai, the mantra. You have to chant it like that. The Tibetans use that bass sound and the voice, the sound is produced from the dantian area, the lower abdomen. So you can check the Dharma Laksana on Ushnisha Vijaya and also the Dharma practice procedure and description about her. Do we have practice procedure? Do we have it? So we do have the practice procedure. So after receiving empowerment, you can practice it. I like this mantra. I personally like this mantra a lot. This mantra is very good. Two people are in a dialogue. A asks B, if your girlfriend and your mom fell into the ocean, whom would you save first? We have lots of this kind of questions. Yesterday too. So if your girlfriend and your mom fell into the water, whom would you save first? And B replied, of course mom, of course my mother. That's strange. And A asked why? And B replied, because I can change girlfriends. I can get a new girlfriend. That's not right. And B said, of course I would save my mother first because I have no girlfriend. This joke is pretty good. Two days ago, a lady found out that she's pregnant, and my husband asked me to tell my boss right away so that he doesn't give too much work, that I can take good care of my baby in the womb. And I saw my boss in the restaurants and I was so excited and told him, boss, I'm pregnant. Everybody turned their heads and looking at us. And finally, the boss was dumbfounded for a while and then asked, does your husband know? And the lady said, but my husband asked me to talk to you. So that's a misunderstanding. Like Li Zhenyi, she's in California. And all of a sudden she came to Seattle and I was about to go to the Seattle cafeteria for dinner. And at the door, Li Zhenyi cried out like, Grandmaster, I'm pregnant. Everybody was looking at me. Everybody was looking at me. Quickly, I had to reply quickly, and I said, it's not mine. You are pregnant and you shouted so loudly so that everybody was glaring at me. Of course, I congratulated her. She got pregnant not long after she got married. It seems that she's pregnant again. No? Her son is big, not bad. Let's talk about Lamdre, the awakened realization of seeing the goal. Let me read it. When the vision of the goal has shifted, it is remedied by the awakened realization of seeing the goal divided into three, whether it is the body or the speech. The so-called your vision is absurd and your goal are wrong. Follow what I reveal and you will go no wrong. And similar statements like the above and similar statements are what Mara said to entice practitioners to enter into the demonic path. At this moment, one recalls the realization ground and goal of the four empowerments. If that was due to the Mara only know a little bit about the goal of the first to the third empowerments, but for the fourth empowerment, realization ground, it is only known to those beyond the Tathagatas and those who conceal the secret tantra, so he would know and would flee with shame. So this is the awakened realization of seeing the goal. Actually, on your path of spiritual cultivation, the Mara frequently attests you and disturb you, obstruct you. We have said it before. If there's Samara disturbing you, you can ask him, what is your secret mantra or secret name? Like Ushnisha Vijaya Buddha Mother, her secret name is the Vajra who subdues demons. But typically, demons don't have any. Like Grandmaster is the Great Fortune Vajra. Grandmaster Lu's secret name is the Great Fortune Vajra, or the secret mantra. If you know it, then please recite it. Om Guru Lien Sung Siddhi Hom. If you saw Grandmasters coming, you chant his secret mantra 3 times. Om Guru Lien Sung Siddhi Hom 3 times. Then he would disappear. If that was Mara, then he would disappear. If you're being pushed down by ghosts, any one of you, many of you, and you just raise halfway. So if just halfway, so if it is yes, then just raise it. If not, don't. Why do you do it halfway, as if you're holding on to your urine? Just be open and direct. When I was young, I was often being pushed down by ghosts when I was sleeping. But nowadays I don't have any at all. But there are other people who are being disturbed by ghosts and maras or demons. But if you know a secret mantra, then you chant it. And after chanting 3 times, they would disappear, they would leave. Or if you know to recite Ushnisha Vijaya's mantra, then that's even better. 3 times, they would disappear. Because Ushnisha Vijaya is the Vajra who dispels or subdues demons. So what we're talking about now is about the Mara's obstruction. So you recite the mantra of Ushnisha Vijaya 3 times and Mara would disappear. You can ask him, what is the secret name of Ushnisha Vijaya? Then if she replied, the Vajra who subdues demons, and that means that Ushnisha Vijaya is correct, is true, and she will not disappear. So Mara would never comprehend the realization, ground, and goal of the 4th empowerment. Mara does not know about it. And what is this realization, ground, and goal? This is only known to the enlightened ones. The 4th empowerment. So the enlightened ones have reached the level of the 4th empowerment. But the goals up to the 3rd empowerments may be known to Mara. So if Mara were enlightened, then Mara would not be Mara anymore. Mara would have been abandoned from the demonic realm. So Mara does not know about enlightenment. So if you're sleeping and Mara comes to disturb you and tell you that your vision and experiences are wrong, your goal is wrong, so now I will tell you, I will direct you, and you should learn from me. So learn from him. Don't follow Grandmaster. Just follow what I teach you. That's good enough. That's how Mara sounds like. Grandmaster is an enlightened one. So the enlightened one has the goal, or the objective of the realization ground. That's why it's the awakened realization of seeing the objective or the goal. When Mara said something like, don't follow your guru, just follow me, I will teach you. He would say such things, and to obstruct and to disturb your spiritual cultivation until you enter into the demonic path. So if in your meditation and you see a yidam and you recite the yidam's mantra, and you recite the Vajra name of the yidam, did the power got cut off? So Ushnisha Vijaya, Buddha Mother, was quite incredible. Then you need to remember one thing. You need to be awakened. You need to realize that the one coming to you, is it Mara or is it your yidam? How do you discern? How do you differentiate them? By using mantra, by reciting mantra, and by reciting the Vajra name. And third, you ask him or her, do you know what is the concealed enlightened realm? Do you know? If they can reply correctly, then they are the real ones. If they cannot reply, then they are the fake ones. So this discerning is the awakened realization. So that's what it means. When seeing the goal has shifted, it is remedied by the awakened realization of seeing the goal, divided into 3. Statements like your seeing your spiritual experiences is absurd, your objective is wrong. So follow what I teach you and you will go no wrong. Such statements are what Mara said to entice practitioners to enter into the demonic path. At this moment, one recalls and stays to the realization ground and goal of the fourth empowerment. Because Mara may know a little bit about the goal of the first to the third empowerments, but not the fourth empowerment ground. Not the fourth empowerment realization ground, because it is only known to those beyond all the Tathagatas and those who can conceal the secret Tantra. Then he would not know and would flee with shame. So if you ask Mara, what is enlightenment? He would not know. Because if the Mara is enlightened, then he would no longer be Mara. It's very simple, because Mara is not enlightened. The teacher told Xiaoming the title for composition today is that I am the CEO. So write your composition. After half an hour passed, and the teacher asked Xiaoming, how come you haven't started anything? And Xiaoming replied, this small thing like composition, I just asked my secretary to do it because I'm the CEO. Such minuscule task, I can just ask my secretary to take care of it. Xiaoming is quite smart. It's very simple. Xiaoming is smart. So if you're smart, you shouldn't be scared of the disturbances by Mara. You can ask him, and he will not be able to reply. Prisoners about to be executed. And prior to execution, he was asked, what would you like to eat for your last meal? And the prisoner said, I want to eat strawberries. But it's not the season right now. And the prisoner said, oh, don't worry, I can wait. At most, you can delay for 1 year. You should think of something more special. If you're the smart ones, think of something. So remember, When you're asleep and you're bothered by the ghost, chant Ushnisha Vijaya's mantra. This is the best one. Or you can also chant Sijun's Grandmaster's mantra. Then, by chanting Grandmaster's mantra, they would disappear quickly. So, we should not believe so blindly a lot of things. You have to consider, like the origin of Grandmaster's lineage. I have to explain how I received the lineage. So if you just listen to anyone, it's inaccurate. Some people said that Grandmaster has no lineages in Tantrayana. Some people said that outside. That's meaningless, right? Because my last Tantric Guru, Master Duptantarji, my last Guru in Tantric Buddhism is Master Duptantarji. And because I mentioned him long ago, many people went there. If you have met him, please raise your hand. See, many of you. So how come anybody said that I didn't have any tantric lineage? How could I just say it randomly? I should have collected all the photos. The only thing is because I don't take photos. I did not have any camera before or cell phones, even when I met my gurus. Were there cell phones then? No. There were no cell phones then. Was there cell phone when I lived in Ballard? No. So Master Sakya Zhengkong, the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, Master Sakya Zhengkong, and the 16th Karmapa. But I didn't have any cell phones, and I never had any photos taken. And someone asked for the photo as proofs. I only had a photo with Master Duptantarji, but that photo was taken by Qigong, not by myself. I didn't have any camera, so I had no photos. So they said that Grandmaster had no lineage because no photos were taken as proofs. But I do have. Someone went Alisan, the Mount Ali, on a tour, and there's a computer in the room that you can get on the internet. And he was sending email to a friend, but he typed the address wrong. So the email got to a widow of someone that just sent of her husband, and she thought it was from friends. And after seeing the email, she passed out, fainted. And the son checked the email, and it's written, "My dear wife, I know you would be extremely surprised to receive my letter. It turned out they have a computer here." So I just took care of my check-ins. You and the son doing fine. This place is extremely beautiful. Everything is fine, but I'm very lonely by myself here. I hope that you can come and see me. And I will ask the organizer to arrange. Please come tomorrow. I really cannot wait. Your loving husband. After the son read the email, he also fainted. So that's a mistake, right? He was about to send the email to his wife, but got to somebody else. These two jokes it's okay if you laugh or not laugh. These 2 days we have windstorm and raining because it has reached the 520. So 520 in Chinese is a play of words like I love you. So too many people say I love you. So now the thunders and the storms are coming up. I just can't believe about passwords. Now we need eight spots, 8 numbers to protect a saving that's only of 2 numbers. That's really tiresome. So now you understand how to prevent or protect yourself from Mara. And what is next? So here it's talking about so if there's no answer to the question, it is the meditation of the phenomena heard and maintain it at will. If after comprehending all the realization objectives, the Supreme Guru Yidam confirms it, then pray for success. So if in meditation you know what enlightenment is, and the Yidam is doing the confirmation and the divination, then you should pray that you would have attainments in the future. Although there is no answer to the question, so if you ask Mara and Mara does not reply, it is the meditation that you know. Just maintain it. Just let it be. Just ignore it. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.